Hi everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all staying safe and well, and welcome to the Citizen Channel as we look back at the round of 16 second leg in the Champions League game against Borussia Monchengladbach. A home game, of course, played in Budapest, as you would expect these days. Nothing simple in the world at the moment, is there? We're going to have a look back at a good night for City, obviously. Manchester City 2, Borussia Monchengladbach 0, and a total of 4-0 on aggregate. So that'll do, won't it? Not too shabby. We'll have the match analysis, of course, with the match stats, Manchester Evening News, Mr. Bukowski's ratings and my ratings. Yeah, not overly dissimilar last night. Of course, we'll have the Quirky Stats and any conclusions we can make from the game, both for us and our sorry opponents. I mean, they do seem to be having a little bit of a bad time of it at the moment, don't they? But yeah, we'll have a little bit more as we look back and also look forward. Look forward to the quarterfinals. That'll be good, won't it? Look forward to that. Please, if you're new to this channel, please, if you can not subject, please subscribe and tell your City supporting friends about the channel. That'd be fantastic. Obviously, we're getting towards the end of March now. I'm just about 30 odd short of the 800 target. So any help you can give me would be great towards that. Check all my City stuff, City Pass, City Present, City quizzes, lots of different things on the Citizen channel. And you'll also see some stuff on my film and TV channel as well. So if you're interested in films and TV, there's some reviews on there and information vlogs, etc. Have a check of that as well. If you're not interested, don't worry about it. But if you are, or you know somebody who might be interested, please point in my direction. I'll be very grateful for that. And of course, if you follow or friend me on Facebook and Twitter, I do check every 3 or 4 days and follow and friend everyone back on there. So if you can do that. All your comments, very, very welcome. About this game or City in general, it doesn't matter. Just let me know what you're thinking out there. And if you can't comment today, please just give us a little thumbs up. I'll do a little thing at the bottom with the, if you've no time, because you usually go on for about 25, 30 minutes, these things. So I'll give a little thing at the bottom where you can just check certain things. Like if you want to just look at the player ratings or the match analysis, I'll give the timings below so you can just go straight to it and dip in and out if you want. So hopefully that'll help you out. Anyway, let's get on with this. Right, the match, of course. Officials, yes. Well, my long-lost brother, we'll talk about him in a bit, obviously, when we do his rating. But, yeah, the referee was Sergei Karasev from Russia. His linos also from Russia. Was nothing, nothing too dodgy for a Russian linesman last night, was there? Igor Demeshko and Maxim Gavrilin. His fourth official was Belarus, yeah. Fourth official, Alexei Kulbakov. And the VAR... not much use last night, was it? Vitaly Meshkov and assistant VAR Sergei Ivanov. I think it's something to do with a compare the market. Him and see, I'm not too sure. Starting lineup, yeah, 5 changes to the Fulham game. Yeah, I can live with 5. I do start to panic when it gets more than 5, but when you've got a squad like ours and a fully fit squad at the moment, doesn't seem that different, does it? Doesn't seem that much of a bother now, does it? I mean, I'll have to start agreeing with Pep. I mean, you know, yeah, you're quite right, mate. 5, make 7, make a full 11 changes, mate. It'll be sorted, no problem. So we had Kyle Walker, Gundogan, KDB, Mahrez, and Phil Foden all returning to the team, of course. So the starting 11: Ederson, Walker, Diaz, Stones, Cancelo, Rodrigo, Gundogan, KDB as a captain, Foden, Bernardo, and Mahrez. And look at this bench, an interesting bench. Stefan, Carson, Ake, Sterling, Jesus, Aguero, Zinchenko, Laporte, Torres, Mendy, Fernandinho, okay, Garcia. But I mean, what a game that would have made. Just those two teams playing each other. I got 9 right. There you go. Not too bad, was it? The ones I got wrong was I thought Laporte might get the game and Diaz get a rest, and I thought Aguero might start again, which a bit surprised by that one, to be honest with you. But no doubt he'll probably be starting against Everton, I would assume. But we'll see. Pre-match, Main Road Ramble do lots of good analysis on these things at Main Road Ramble. They said Guardiola leaves Aguero and Jesus on the bench in favour of the recently effective strikerless look that'll sit in a 4-4-2 in base defence with KDB and Bernardo up top. Not quite. Expect Mahrez and Foden to operate as a very wide front two with a fluid 4 to 5 man midfield rotating central in possession. Well, a good try, mate. I don't think, not 100% right, I don't think, but yeah, a good attempt. Gladbach, yeah, Borussia Monchengladbach, their little tweet site at Borussia_EN. Manchester in brackets, we don't even need strikers, N brackets City. There you go. Well, quite a lot of humour from them last night, which is probably what we'd be like in the same circumstance, let's be honest about it. Right, match summation and stats. With no Phil Banerjee today. I'm a bit early doing this, so I think Phil's still in bed. So if you do check, I'm sure later on there'll be a match report on his Facebook site. And so if you go on to Phil Banerjee on Facebook and check that out. So you only got little old me's report on the goals today, so I'll do my best anyway to be as clever with my prose as Mr. Banerjee is. So here we go, first 45 minutes, 7 minutes, good chance for Foden from a sumptuous ball. There's my first one, a sumptuous ball from Cancelo, and he got his foot to it, didn't he? But too little power, unfortunately, to trouble the keeper. He made an okay save, but he got a little bit more of a boot on it. It would have been all right, wouldn't it? But so close. That was 7 minutes. 8 minutes, Borussia were not going to give this up without a fight, and Ederson clawed away at a Monchengladbach effort from a deflected shot. I think he deflected off John Stones, didn't it? And Ederson did well to claw it away for a corner. And nothing really came of that. But on 12 minutes, of course, it was 1-0 for City, was it? And Mahrez jinx after, I think, Rodri fed him. And back for KDB, who hammered home a sumptuous 22 yards. No, I won't say sumptuous. I didn't put sumptuous in there. I don't know why I said that again. Hammers home a fantastic 22-yard shot with the keeper absolutely no chance with that, and it was in off the bar again. Is that KDB's new thing now, just to aim for the bar and for it to go in off the bar? But perhaps a new skill from KDB. But a fantastic goal. I had him as my anytime goal scorer, so I was quite happy with that one. Well done, KDB, absolutely brilliant. 18 minutes, well, if it wasn't game over at 1-0, it was certainly game over at 2-0, wasn't it? A superb Foden little shimmy, breakthrough, a no-look pass through to Gundogan, superb, just well-timed run, perfect, broke the offside trap, and he passed it expertly into the net, didn't he, past the post Sommer. So the Gundalorian is back, and what can we say about Foden? Absolutely superb. So that was 2-0 after 18 minutes. 26 minutes, Gundogan almost through again. The Gundalorian was almost fed through from a lovely Mahrez stink. You could see Mahrez jump up in the air when he supplied that. He thought it was going in the net, but the ball just wouldn't come down properly for him, could it? So he never quite got it away, unfortunately. 35 minutes, a KDB, he was aiming for that bar again, wasn't it? An KDB free kick, but that was sort of comfortably tipped over. But he was trying to go in off the bar again, wasn't he? Will you stop it, KDB? Just put it in normal, mate. 41 minutes, a good chance for Borussia Monchengladbach again, but wide with Ederson seemingly beaten down the left, wasn't it? That was possibly their third or fourth half chance in that first half, so they hadn't given up, and it certainly wasn't total City dominance. My half-time thoughts, as I mentioned, Borussia Mönchengladbach actually had some half chances in that half, but obviously City did look fairly comfortable, so we could carry on as normal, but perhaps be a little bit more wary at the back, because let's face it, as time went on, when you're 4-0 down, you may as well just go for it anyway. So, so just a little bit wariness in that second half. 48 minutes, Mahrez had a chance, should have done a little bit better. 55 minutes, Cancelo was booked for a raised foot. I didn't see much wrong in that, to be honest with you, mate. I'll have to have a word with my brother, the referee, but I didn't see a lot wrong. I suppose you have to be strict, but I think pretty pathetic booking in my opinion. 56 minutes, City defensively poor from a corner, but we sort of scramble it away. I think Diaz got a foul, but he managed to get it away from the striker, but I'm not too sure defensively what we're doing there. Perhaps Ederson should have come for that. It was in the 6-yard box area, but not great from City, that one. 64 minutes, Fernandinho Zinchenko came on and Rodri Cancelo went off. 66 minutes, Mahrez with Foden and obviously Mahrez and Foden and Gundogan free decides to shoot, doesn't he? After it's blocked from initial, Ferner broke through midfield and passed it through to Mahrez. Lovely little control by Mahrez to bring it round, but it literally had Gundogan and Foden to his left, but he shot and brought out an okay save from Sommer. It wasn't a fantastic save, so a bit annoyed with Mahrez there, a little bit greedy, but that was sort of what was happening then, wasn't it, with Mahrez the rest of that half. 68 minutes again, a good Mahrez effort this time, saved by Sommer after neat footwork by Foden from a short corner. Remember that one? 69 minutes, Sterling and Laporte came on for Gundogan and Diaz, who went off. 75 minutes, Aguero was on. I think he came off the pitch when no one had passed to him, but I don't think he had a touch, did he? Aguero came on for Bernardo, who went off. 75 minutes, I've got down here Sterling through but falls over. I have no idea. That's just typical of Sterling at the moment. I think that's why he's not getting into the first team. That's it. He's either making the wrong decisions or literally falling over with the ball at his feet. Perhaps he's trying too hard. I'm not too sure. 77 minutes, another Borussia Monchengladbach chance, but just over the bar with Ederson sort of flapping a little bit at it. 82 minutes, Fernandinho was booked a bit sillily for kicking the ball after the whistle, but I don't think there was that much gap between the whistling and kicking the ball. So I think the referee should have been a little bit not as harsh there. I wasn't happy with that because he was letting a lot of things go in this game, but then he'd pick things up for petty things like that. I just couldn't understand it. 84 minutes, another Borussia Monchengladbach chance, but that was sort of dragged wide with Ederson seemingly flat-footed. I think if it had been on target, it would have been a goal, but perhaps Ederson was flat-footed because he knew it's going wide. I'm not too sure. 90 minutes, KDB does well from midfield. Feeds Mahrez again, but he's high and wide with this one. Yeah, the story of his second half, Mahrez, I think. And 92 minutes, just to round it off, Mahrez was wide again with the last kick of the game, wasn't it? With I think it was 2 minutes 20 seconds or something like that. Obviously, after 2 minutes injury time was played. So there we go, full time. I had a feeling it may stick at 2-0. I didn't think if we got another goal, great, but I just think we just played in second gear, third gear perhaps at second half. I just don't think we really up the pace. We just did what we had to do. Yeah, the ref watch. Yeah, I mean, he's not my brother anymore. I never liked him anyway. This guy I did say he was my long lost brother, but yeah, I was quite happy with the way he did let play go, but he let it flow at the wrong times, in my opinion, sometimes. So perhaps he should have pulled things up that he didn't. So there's nothing clever about letting the game flow. These sort of things have to be, people have to be clamped down on as well. If you let certain things go, obviously players think they can get away with it. But those two bookings, I'm sorry, certainly the Cancelo one was pretty weak. I mean, all right, he probably had rule of the law for the Fernandinho when he kicked the ball after the whistle had gone. But hey, come on. No, I'm not happy. So I'll give him a 5 out of 10. I wasn't overly impressed. I'm not going to give him more than that. That's all. I should have given him a 4 or a 3, to be honest with you. But I've been generous because I suppose at the end of the day, he is my long lost brother. Match stats, shots for City 10 with 6 on target. Shots for Borussia Mönchengladbach 6 with 3 on target. Possession was 68% for City, seemed about right. Passes 847, that's one of the highest this season for City. 406 for Mönchengladbach. Completion rate for City 91%, yeah, pretty good that one. 83% for Mönchengladbach, that's not too bad either. Corners 7 for City. We don't think we really looked that dangerous from them, did we? Unfortunately, 2 for Mönchengladbach, and fouls 4 by City and 8 by the Germans. Yep. So my player ratings, Mr. Barkowski's player ratings as well. My starting score, a good team performance, good solid team performance. So we all start at 7. Again, there may have been 1 or 2 players, for instance, Mahrez, who perhaps deserved a little bit less than that. I thought he was a little bit too greedy. For all the good things he did, he probably did 2 or 3 greedy things that didn't turn out for us. But I'm going to give everyone the minimum of 7 tonight. So obviously I'm not going to give anyone less than that on the same basis of it was overall a good team performance. So Bukowski's thoughts first, and then I'll give his rating and my rating. Ederson was forced into a few saves, but nothing that stretched him too much. His short and long-range passing remains an unfathomable delight to watch. So I'll give him a 7. I can't argue with that. I'll have to give Ederson a 7. A good, solid game, as I say. Maybe in a couple of things he could have done better, but he did okay. Walker solid enough with his work at the back, sewn up tidily, and some useful ventures forward to help the team strangle Gladbach in their own half. Yeah, so let's give him a 7. Again, lively, not silky, certainly a bit cumbersome at times, but yeah, I'll give Walker a 7 as well. Stone started the move for the first goal, started the move for the second goal, doing the simple things right and not making any mistakes. He must be a dream for Guardiola to watch at the minute. So let's give him an 8. I'll give him an 8, and I've just wrote simply a rock at the back. Diaz there threw his body in the way with an important intercept to stop Gladbach getting a consolation at 4-0. He did, taking a whack for his effort, a moment that sums up his approach. Yeah, so give him a 7. I've just put the Rock's partner, so I'll give him a solid 7 as well. Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, I'm not going to go mad with Diaz. A good solid display next to our Rock, wasn't he, last night? Cancelo started left back, but stepped up almost immediately, instantly threatening teeing up Foden. It remains impossible for opposition sides to keep track of him. So he's given him an 8 out of 10, Simon. Yeah, I give him a 7.5. I think he was all over without being overly fantastic. He did simple things, nothing overly complicated. He did a couple of good through balls that weren't quite finished off. I mean, he could have been in the 8.59 score rating if those assists had come off, but it wasn't his fault, was it? He did. But yeah, I'll give him a 7.5. I'm not going to go mad with Cancelo. I'll rein him in. Let him. I don't want to get to his head too much. Rodri. Early substitution was the greatest compliment he could receive. One game over, so an early bath to rest up for the next one. Yeah, he's given him a 7, Simon. I'll have to agree with that. He was steady, Rodri. I'll give him a 7. Bernardo, it feels a bit reductive to talk about Bernardo's running and energy so often, but he's so relentless and was integral to City squeezing the hope out of their opponents. He's given him an 8. I'll have to echo that. I thought it was almost flawless. I think I might have seen one error in carrying that ball from defence into the opponent's half. I thought it was superb. What a ball carrier he is, Bernardo, that Duracell Bernardo, fantastic. Yeah, I give him an 8 as well. Simon give him an 8. Gundogan, another happy outing for the goal machine. The Gundalorian's back. Yeah, number 15 for the season. He showed wonderful awareness and technique to get his goal. He's done. That's all we want to see him. Play him up front. Make him a number 9. We don't need Sergio or Jesus or Mbappe or Haaland, do we? Just stick Gundogan up front for the next 3 or 4 seasons. We're sorted. Simon's given him an 8. Yeah, I'll give him an 8. Absolutely brilliant. Gundogan, better performance. At least he can play with KDB. There we go. We didn't know that, did we? Mahrez hasn't lost any rhythm despite sitting a game out. Looking as sharp as ever, even if he's a bit wasteful in the second half. Yeah, I mean, if it's a 0-0 game and he's wasteful like that, it's going to cost us, isn't it? So anyway, Simon gave him a 7. I put a bit greedy at times, but I'll give him a standard 7 as well. I'm not going to knock him down for it, but yeah. Think on as to that final ball, whether it's a shoot or pass. That's what he needs to do. I know that's not part of his game, but perhaps it should be. Foden, a sumptuous bit of play to make the second goal. He nicked my word there. More important was the energy he kept on pushing for more until the final. He's given him an 8. I can't disagree with that. I thought it was superb last night. Foden in what he wasn't actively involved full, 90 minutes, but or however long he was on the pitch. But yeah, great skill. KDB, a goal deserved Alan Partridge and or the Titanic theme. It did over the top of it, or that other commentator who's got like the computer voice. But I like to hear that later on. And a much smoother performance we've seen recently. Fantastic. I'll say it now. My man of the match, KDB last night. It's absolutely brilliant. Not much didn't go right for him last night. And of course he had a wonder goal as well, so what more can I say? Simon give him 8, I give him 8.5. I'm not substitutes, yeah, Fernandinho for Rodri, rolling forward, so Simon's given him a 7. Yeah, I will give him a 7 because he was on the pitch for almost half an hour. Zinchenko, he was on the pitch for almost half an hour, settled straight away and spent most of the time as part of a 2-man midfield. Yeah, he's given him a 7, I can't disagree with that. Sterling, who came on in the 70 minutes for Gundogan, fell over as he eagerly eyed the space opening up. He certainly did. So Simon's given him a 6. I'm not going to mark him. I won't give him any less than that. I'm not going to mark him on that one. Laporte on 70 minutes played on the left of defence that consisted of either 2 or 3. And Simon's given him a 7 again. I'm not long enough to mark. And Aguero for Bernardo didn't get a chance. He didn't. Simon's given him a 6. It's a bit mean. Just don't mark him, mate. He was only on. He literally didn't get any service or have anything to do, so I've not marked him anyway. As I said, my Citizen man of the match there up on screen there. I think KDB was everywhere. Most of his stuff came off. That free kick, not quite in the corner where it could have been to score a goal, but yeah, I think KDB is deserving of the man of the match last night. Absolutely fantastic. Post-match, here we go. The Quirky Stats, up to Joe. Here we go. Let's flow through these. Manchester City have scored 100 goals in each of their last 8 seasons. Only United, 9 seasons between 2004-05 and 2012-13 have had a longer run at consecutive 100 goal seasons among English top flight teams. Come on, we've got to beat that next season, haven't we? Pep Guardiola's seen all his top flight teams score 100 plus goals in all competitions in all 12 seasons since 2008-2009. A total 1,717 goals in 686 games. Incredible. Kevin De Bruyne scored 25 goals from outside the box in all competitions for City, the most of any Premier League since he joined the club. Well done, Kevin. Phil Foden has been directly involved 20 goals in all competitions this season, 11 goals, 9 assists, at least 8 more than the closest under-21 player for a Premier League club, Bukayo Saka, with 12. Well done, Phil. Not only is Ilkay Gundogan Manchester City top scorer this season with 15 goals, he's now the top scoring German player within the top 5 European leagues across all competitions in 2021. City are now unbeaten in their last 12 home matches. Well, it wasn't really an home match, was it? In the Champions League. This is their second best run since 13 matches between 2015 and 17. Unlucky for some 13. Let's hope it carries on. Manchester City are only the third team in UEFA Champions League history to keep 7 consecutive clean sheets after AC Milan. 7 ended in April 2005 and Arsenal 10 ended in April 2006. Well done, City. Manchester City have won 24 of their last 25 matches in all competitions since a 1-1 draw with West Brom on December the 15th. I remember it well. City's 24 wins are at least 7 more than any other side has managed in all competitions in the top 5 European leagues. Stat City, Ilkay Gundogan has scored 9 goals in the Champions League for Man City, surpassing Lukas Podolski. 8 goals for Arsenal as the top German goal scorer for a foreign club. Kevin De Bruyne has now registered 63 goals for City in all competitions, drawing level with the amount Uwe Rosula netted for the club. Ilkay Gundogan has now scored 37 goals for Man City in all competitions, overtaking the amount Asa Hartford managed to score for the club, 36. That was Phil Foden's 10th assist of the season, becoming just the second Man City player after KDB to reach double figures so far this term. Right, the headlines at City and the headlines at Monchengladbach. Well, yeah, Monchengladbach, you'd expect to be a little bit funny, wouldn't you? Not really, just simple. That's all she wrote. That's their headline. We bow out of the Champions League in the last 16. Plain and simple from Borussia Monchengladbach. But check out their Twitter thing. There's some quite funny little comments on there. And City's headline, KDB cracker helps City cruise into the quarterfinals. There you go. Our conclusion, well, Borussia Monchengladbach, yeah, their struggles continue, but I think I pointed out in the preview, they are playing games, having a lot of the stats are in their favour, but they do seem to lack that killer punch, don't they? They certainly had at least 5 or 6 good chances, or at least half chances to score last night, and they didn't quite pull it off. They didn't quite have the players to put it in the net, or they dragged it wide or over the bar, etc. And we weren't perfect last night. We kept 2 clean sheets against Borussia Monchengladbach, but if you reflect back on those games, he could have easily scored some goals against us. It was just a lack of finishing. So, but they're down at the moment, aren't you? You can tell, obviously, Marco Rose, whether he will be sacked, I have no idea. As I said in the preview, but the chances are, obviously, they might just stick it out with him till the end of the season and obviously go from there. But it is a strange situation when you announce that you're joining another team in the same division, isn't it? I mean, it's like, imagine Pep saying, right, I'm joining, a couple of months ago, right, I'm joining Liverpool next season. I mean, it's just a ridiculous situation, isn't it? But yeah, I don't think the players are particularly down tools. I just don't think they've got it going quite right for them at the moment. I'm sure they'll improve towards the end of the season. I'm sure they will, because I can see elements there that are very good from the keeper onwards. So I think they'll be all right. Obviously, they're safe enough anyway, points-wise. They're never, ever going to be relegated or anything like that. But it'd be interesting. I think they want this season to finish, don't they, and get a new manager and get on with next season. And that's the best they can do. And this sort of gallows humour on the Twitter site is probably ideal. And you're probably getting that from some of the fans as well. Certainly if it was City, that's what we'd be doing. So all credit to them for that. As far as City, yeah, as I said, I don't think we're really tested with this. Obviously, it's on to the quarterfinals. I think the draw's on Friday, isn't it? Let me know who you want to get, who you want to avoid, etc., etc. But I don't think we're tested in that. There's going to be harder games to come. Obviously, I think most of the opponents, the other 7, are going to be really tough games. But hey, it can't harm our confidence, can it? And it's getting to the crux of the season now where we can start putting things to bed. It starts where Pep will know his best 11 and he'll start playing his best 11. He won't be rotating. He won't be dropping 5, 6 or 7 players as this gets towards the middle end of April and May. he won't be doing that unless obviously we'll get injuries. I mean, was just so lucky at the moment, but I mean that's not going to last. Somewhat, you know, we're going to lose. I reckon we'll lose at least 3 or 4 players between now and the end of the season at key moments, and that's bound to happen because we don't have the, you know, we just never had this luck. I can't remember being so lucky with injuries for all right. It's Aki's only just come back, but you know, obviously we've had KDB out and other players out this season, but you know, for the last, you know, to have a squad like, I've never known it. I haven't known it. I don't know. You've known it. I've not known it very rarely. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be harder battles. But as I say, Borussia Monchengladbach could have certainly made that a little bit harder than it was. A little bit of better finishing. But yeah, nothing wrong with that. Our confidence. We go on to Everton. We can make probably 5 or 6 changes again for that Everton game. And get through to another semi-final of the FA Cup, can't we? So that'll be interesting. So onwards with that anyway. Let me know what you think. If you think we can, who do you want in the quarterfinals? Who do you want to avoid in the quarterfinals? Let me know that anyway. So thanks for joining me for this. Of course, I'll be back with that preview of the Everton game, with a little bit of the history of City and Everton in the quarter-final. But perhaps an interesting one back in 1981 that a lot of us went to and have happy and tough memories of. I mean, obviously both games in that quarter-final against Everton, but probably talk about the Goodison part one more. But there you go. We'll back and look forward to that quarter-final match with Everton. So that'll be out, I think, on Friday of this week if you're watching this now. And of course, please check out my recent Citizen vlogs, and there will be one out very soon, probably Thursday. That was the week there was, which obviously covers the Fulham Borussia Monchengladbach games. So you have a little bit of light quiz, not too difficult. The odd hard question, but mostly image questions where you have to spot the ball and spot the play. Just a bit of fun for all the family, all the family, City fan family there. So please keep your eye out for that. Anyway, thanks for joining for this big match analysis. Whatever you do with the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. Oh, and check out that Phil Banerjee match report. I'm sure it'll be on Facebook very soon. Please look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family. And more important, let's all look after each other until we meet here again on the Citizen channel. We'll perhaps have a flick across, please. Have a look at my film and TV channel. We want a bit of a rest from football, please. Have a look at that. Whatever it is, all I ever ask is please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.